The old self has to die in order for the new self to keep on growing and becoming. It is important to understand that death is a huge part of living. Death is a part of living. Everyone knows that we are going to die. However, we still live our lives being afraid of dying, living our lives trying to get away from dying. You are constantly changing and you are constantly choosing every thought that comes into your mind and how you react to it, how you react to people, how you choose to move in this life. Everything that you are doing is changing or killing an old self that is within you. And every now and then, when you go back to that thing that has died, you are actually feeding it. And you get surprised why you are stuck. You get surprised why you are not growing or becoming whatever it is that you are creating. You get surprised why your manifestations are no longer coming or are taking so long to come in. It's because you keep feeding the old self, the self that is dead. You keep feeding it. And I think the biggest thing that is keeping people stuck or keeping manifestations from coming is the good habits. We pick up good habits in the name of self-betterment. We pick up good habits in the name of growing and trying to attain certain things in our lives. And sometimes it gets to a point where those good habits have an expiring date. It gets to a point where those good habits need to be let go of, where those good habits are no longer working for the person that you are becoming, or the next level of your becoming, the new self. But because those habits, whether good or bad, have gotten you where you are, you have proven to yourself that they work, you hold on to them for longer than you are supposed to be holding on. And in the name of relaxation, you go back every now and then to do those habits, because you will start again being the version of yourself that you are becoming on Monday. We'll try again Monday. We'll try again next month. Let's just relax for a bit. If you have really changed and become a different version of yourself, then your way of relaxing should not be the relaxation way of the old self. And it's very hard to accept that. If you are a new self, you are a new version, then your way of relaxation should not be the same as the old self. But we hold on to that. We keep those habits because we are tired of working on self. It doesn't stop, it doesn't end. It is a part of growth. It's either you're growing or you are dying. I've had people talk about me saying, you cannot be doing the spiritual thing every day. You cannot be this honest every day. Why not? It's who I am. I am not doing it. It's who I am, who I am choosing to be. And choosing to be that person means choosing it on a daily basis, choosing it when it's hard, choosing it even when people around me don't agree with it, don't understand it. If I am that person, then I don't even have to think about the choices. It becomes automated. And a lot of times we hold on to good habits, habits that got us to where we are. There are certain habits that I had to take up in order to start working on myself. And a lot of those habits are no longer working for me now. And me holding on to them is me feeding the old self, because the new self requires a different type of habit. a different type of good habit to reach or become the new version of myself. And every time I take the time to go back to those habits or hold on to habits that I used to do in the name of relaxation, then has the old self really died? It isn't dead. You keep feeding it. Whether you're feeding it once a week, once a month, or every other day, you are still feeding it. You are keeping it alive. And if you are keeping something dead alive, then it is weight on you. You are carrying weight that the new self has no business dabbling in. Because yes, it's tiring. To hold the tone, it does get tiring. But if you are committed to being a new version of yourself, you have to hold on to it. And good habits have an expiring date. They expire. It gets to a point where they are no longer working. And that means it's time for you to elevate. It's time for you to look into those good habits and find better ways of improving those good habits or letting go of them completely because they are no longer serving you. They are no longer working. Attachments, it's not only attachments from bad habits or bad people or bad places. It's also attachments to good things that are no longer serving you, that are no longer aligned with you. People who were helping you grow, people who helped you become the person that you are. If they're no longer aligned with you, it's time to let them go. Because holding on to them is killing yourself. Because there is no longer alignment. If you're trying to manifest something in a certain way and you were able to, when that way of manifestation is no longer working, you have to let it go and find another way. You have to always act in the most exciting and passionate ways of self-betterment. And if it gets to a point where it's no longer working, you let it go. You let it go no matter how good the habit is, no matter how much the habit has pulled you out of the old self. The version of you that you are now cannot keep holding on to that good habit. It's time to let it go. That's how you grow. It's either you're growing or you're dying. There's no maintenance, nothing. The moment you feel like you've got it, you understand, you are clear now, are you still growing? Death is a huge part of self. Stop feeding the old self in the name of relaxation. I am Shadow, and this is Shadow Work.